Hi, everybody. I'll show you why I have these two starting lineups of Oakland A's players in a little bit. First, as baseball fans probably know, talk that the Oakland A's are moving to Las Vegas and sounds like it's more probable than possible, unfortunately. Owner John Fisher once out dismantled a successful team from just a few years ago, and the commissioner, who, as most of you know, I am a big fan of, not, wants it to happen too. When Oakland had a reverse boycott a little while back, Manfred, of course, the commissioner, Mr. Rob Manfred, I'm just mentioning his name for informational purposes, said it was nice that Oakland came out with an average crowd for one night, more or less. I know that's not the exact phrase, but that's what he said, more or less, and he wants the A's to move to Vegas. The owner, Fisher, wants him to move to Vegas. Sad to me. And who knows when it'll happen? Nothing's official yet, but again, the commissioner and the owner of the team, John Fisher, want it to happen. So we will wait and see. But talk of the A's move to Vegas has made me think about the past with the Oakland A's. The team that won 3 straight World Series from 1972 to 74 featured Reggie Jackson, Raleigh Fingers, Joe Rudy, among others. The Bash Brothers, Dave Stewart, Dennis Eckersley, who led Oakland to their most recent World Series title in 1989. But my personal fondest memory of the Oakland A's features these two players among others. This is Ben Grieve, one of the top rookies in 98 and was on the Oakland A's team back in 2000 I'm about to talk about, and the MVP that year, this guy, Jason Giambi, who I know admitted later to using steroids. Don't love steroid use, though he was honest about it at least. Anyway, in 2000, the Oakland A's, in their own clubhouse, had high expectations. They were ready to do well. They were ready to make the playoffs after having a winning season in 99 and missing the playoffs. But most others weren't sure Oakland could repeat the feat, especially since they did not have a high payroll. Well, Oakland contended most of the year, and in September, they were neck and neck with Seattle for the American League West title. 2000, by the way, the last year for Alex Rodriguez as a Seattle Mariner. But Oakland and Seattle were very close in the AL West in September. And to tell you a little bit how misspent my time in high school was, I want to go back to September 23rd, 2000. While most of my classmates and schoolmates were preparing for the homecoming dance, I couldn't wait to watch the Oakland A's play the Seattle Mariners, as this was before I got the extra innings package, but the Oakland-Seattle game was what the Fox network showed those of us in Denver that day, and I watched that game very intently. And Oakland went on to win 8-2, thanks in no small part to a grand slam by this guy, Ben Grieve. And that pulled Oakland into a virtual tie with Seattle for first in the AL West. And with the Cubs well out of it and the Rockies out of it as well, again, while most of my classmates in school were spending most of their time thinking about social lives and love lives and other things, here I was, a 16-year-old junior, reading the papers, listening to the radio when I couldn't watch Oakland on TV, just very curious how the A's were doing. I thought it would have been so cool for them to win the AL West and make the playoffs with such a low payroll and low expectations. And the last day of the season, October 1st, 2000, I put an NFL Sunday on the back burner while I had a bad cold because I wanted to see if Oakland could finish the job. If they beat Texas the last day of the regular season, they'd have won the American League West. If they'd lost, then they'd have had to go to Tampa Bay to play a makeup game, and they'd have had to win that to win the American League West. If they'd lost both games, they'd have lost the West and would have had to play Cleveland for the wild card, but all of that became a moot point as Oakland beat Texas 3-0 that day to win the American League West. Pitcher Tim Hudson won his 20th game that day. Jason Isringhausen shut the door in the 9th inning. A's got big home runs in the 8th inning from Omado Signs and Randy Velarde, who by the way, turned an unassisted triple play that year in 2000 as a second baseman. So Oakland won the American League West despite one of the lowest payrolls in the majors. Took on the Yankees in the playoffs and gave them a fight. Oakland won the first game. After losing the next two, Oakland won the fourth to set up a deciding fifth in the division series. However, the Yankees jumped to a 6-0 lead. And though Oakland made a game of it, they still fell 7-5, while the Yankees won the World Series for the third straight year later in that month of October. And certainly some fond memories of the A's, even though I may have other teams and I know I've never been to Oakland. But some fond memories. I mean, even the next year, 2001, though that ended with more heartbreak, Derek Jeter's flip to get Jeremy Giambi, who didn't slide home. Still, Oakland winning 102 that year, a 20-game win streak in 2002. The year after, Jason Giambi moved to the Yankees as a free agent. The 2012 team that wasn't supposed to do anything but won the American League West. And the 2018 through 2020 teams that made 3 straight playoff appearances. Some fond memories of the Oakland A's, and should they go to Vegas, which seems to be what the commissioner and the owner and others in the game want, it's going to be sad. Still some moments to remember, as I have just shared with you about the Oakland A's. And that's my video for the day about the Oakland A's, the 2000 team, a team I remember very well 23 years later. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you down the road. Hope your summer's going well, and we'll meet again soon. Take care, everyone.